Hello guys, this is Tim Solo from Ahrefs, and in today's episode I'm going to show you how to find the influencers who are talking about your business or about your product or about the services that you're offering. You're watching episode number 15 of the Oversimplified SEO. Okay, and as usual, I have a great case study to illustrate you why this is so important to keep an eye on influencers or bloggers or journalists who are talking about what you do, about your niche, about your business and services. So this is a recent article by Brian Dean from backlinko.com. This is a complete list of SEO tools that he reviewed 153 different SEO tools. But the most interesting part is what happened almost the next day when this article got submitted to inbound.org. If you scroll down the comments, you'll see that people started offering Brian some tools that he didn't include in his article the day it was published. So, for example, this comment by Linda Bouquet says that another tool for generated keyword and post ideas is FAQ Fox. So basically, Linda is offering Brian a cool tool that wasn't included in his article initially. And as you can see, Brian responding, "Thanks, Linda. I appreciate the heads up about FAQ Fox. Going to try it and a bunch of other tools today, and I'll add them to the list sometime next week." Now I want you to stop and think for a moment about what happened here. So Brian published a list of tools that he personally reviewed, and immediately some people started offering him great tools that didn't make it to his initial article. And actually, if you go down below, there's another comment by Brian. Since I published the post yesterday, a lot of people from the Backlinko and Inbound community have suggested SEO tools. And now I want you to look at this. The submission at Inbound says the complete list 131 tools reviewed. But then if you open the actual article, you can see that the number is bigger. It says 153, which means that after this article was published on Brian's blog, he did update it with all the suggestions that people gave him and added 20 more different tools to his article. What I'm trying to say here is that timing plays a super huge role here. So imagine this, he already updated his article with 20 more tools, and I'm sure that within a month or 2 months or 3 or even within a year, people will still be approaching him, sending him emails and telling him that there's some SEO tool which wasn't included in this roundup, and they will ask him to update his article and add their tool. Do you think Brian will do this for everyone who will reach out to him? Of course not. He will probably take a note somewhere that, yeah, there's another tool that has to be reviewed and added, and probably sometime in the future he is going to update his article, but for sure he won't do this immediately. He won't do this with the same speed that he updated his article within a week from the date it was published. Timing is extremely important in online marketing. If you are able to approach the blogger almost the same day when his article was published and ask him to expand on something or add something relevant to you, your tool, your service, or whatever it is, the chances that he will update his article are very big. But if you wait for a month or more and then approach him, the odds are that he's not going to do this because he probably no longer interested in this topic anymore, and he probably moved to something else and busy doing different things. Okay, so how do you actually keep an eye on such stuff? For example, since I'm doing marketing for Ahrefs tools, I'm interested in all articles that talk about SEO tools. So I want to create an alert that will email me every time someone will publish an article about SEO tools. So I'm sure most of you are familiar with a tool called Google Alerts. This is a free tool where you can create alerts on anything that is interesting to you. For example, I have alerts on Team Solo, which is my pen name, Ahrefs, Blogger Jet, which is my blog, TweetDiss, which is my plugin for WordPress, and content upgrades, which is the topic that was interesting for me at some point. But to be honest, I wasn't really ever satisfied with the quality of Google Alerts. That's why I'm super glad that we have created an alternative tool within Ahrefs toolset. Let me show you this tool. So let's go to ahrefs.com, and then I go to, this is my dashboard, I go to Content Alerts tab, and you see all the alerts I have here. This tool is actually pretty straightforward, and I don't think I should explain you how it works, because there's a big red Add Alert button here, which is pretty self-explanatory. And some things that you might want to track is dimensions of your brand. For example, I obviously have an alert for Ahrefs brand name, for Blogger Jet, my personal blog, for my name, Team Solo, and of course for keywords like SEO tools, backlink checker, backlink research, check backlinks, and some other stuff. So whenever I see someone publishing an article about SEO tools and I see that this person could have mentioned Ahrefs but didn't, I may reach out to him and drop him a real quick email asking him if he's familiar with Ahrefs, and if not, maybe he's interested to try our tools and maybe mention them in this article that he just published on his blog. But again, I'm going to repeat myself, it's all about timing. That is why you can see that all my updates, all my alerts are set to daily, so that I would immediately get a notification of a new article published with the keywords that I'm interested in. And now, to prove you that I practice what I preach, I'm going to show you a real life example of how I'm using these content alerts. So as you can see, I have an alert for Ahrefs, and quite recently there was an email sent to me with new articles mentioning our toolset, and one of the articles attracted my attention, a definitive list of 50 best SEO tools by jacobstubbs.com. So I immediately search for Ahrefs, and this is what I saw there. In my experience, Ahrefs is relatively similar to Majestic, though maybe not as rich with features. When choosing between the two, it's likely to come down to personal preference. Well, only 2 sentences about our toolset, while other toolsets are getting a few paragraphs. Obviously, I couldn't leave it like that, and I immediately reached out to Jacob, because from his description of Ahrefs tools, I immediately realized that he didn't have a chance to use them for at least a year. And as you can see, we then had quite a conversation where I gave Jacob a free Ahrefs account, and he promised me to get himself familiar with our toolset and update his article with a more in-depth look at our toolset. So yeah, as you can see, Content Alerts is a very powerful marketing tool which helps you to connect with different influential people, with bloggers, with journalists, and with anyone who is publishing some content online. So if you're a proud owner of the Ahrefs account, go to your Content Alerts tab within the dashboard and set up a few alerts that would be relevant to what you do. And if not, just use the Google Alerts tool, which will give you also some nice content where you can reach out to the authors and establish some kind of relationship with them. This is it. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you now understand the importance of reacting immediately whenever you find something relevant published across the web where your tool or your service or your business can be mentioned. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to Ahrefs YouTube channel, and I see you in the next episode. Bye!